This conference will now be recorded.
You guys, so currently you're working in which technology? So I want to have some basic details about your technical background.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. I was working Windows and Azure.
Your Windows and Azure. And Azure, which part you're working currently?
Administration.
Sorry?
Administration part. Infrastructure.
Okay. Okay. Infrastructure. Okay. Fine.
Myself and Naga working as a ETL resource. Sure.
ETL, huh?
Yes.
Which ETL you're working?
Data stage.
Data stage. IBM data stage you're using.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Fine. Yeah. Fine. What about others?
yeah, Omkar this side. I am working with the Microsoft SQL Server. I am having 3+ of years of experience and currently working as a SQL developer.
Okay. Have you worked in SSIS?
No, like I work on SIS with the basic parts, with the basic transformations.
Okay. Fine. Fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, hi, this is Smita.
Hi.
I do not have any experience on data engineering front, so I have worked on automation testing. So now I'm planning to shift my career to data engineering. Yeah,
Okay. Fine.
that's about
Okay.
it.
Okay. Fine. Yeah.
Hi, hi, my name is Gaurav,
Yeah.
and
Hi.
I'm working in a data science and last 3 years, and now I have no knowledge about the data engineering, like so that's why I'm doing
So you're working in data
saying
science
this.
currently, huh?
Yes, yes.
Okay, in the data science, in which module you are working?
Machine learning models and deep learning models.
Okay, fine. Yeah, what about Srini? Yeah?
Yeah, good morning all. I'm working as a Oracle specialist since last 12 years. Most of the I'm working on Oracle technologies. So I want to upscale, I want to change completely different domain. So that is the reason I'm planning to learn Azure.
Mm, mm, mm. Fine, fine. Okay, right, no problem. So here, this demo actually, so it will be that so from the very basic level only, even that our training, regular training session also, it will be from that very basic level. So some of the people actually, so already you working in that ETL and database background, but some of the people there don't have that knowledge in the database and ETL things. Okay, so this course it will be that from the very basic, so very scratch level actually it will be. Okay, so you people who are already working in that platform, that ETL and database environment, now some concepts, so it will be so easy to you. So some concept it will be new to you. So if you are feeling like that one, that topic is already you know now, just take it as a reference. Okay. Hey guys, is it my screen is visible to you all?
Yes, yes,
Yes.
Shiva. It
Yeah,
is
sure.
Okay,
visible.
fine, fine. Okay, fine. Yeah, so it will be like that. So don't worry about that one who are all from that non-IT background or that other technical background. Okay, fine. So let's go with that our content actually. So this course here, what you're going to learn now. So you are going to learn that Azure Data Engineering, Azure Data Engineer. Okay. So the Azure Data Engineering here, we are going to learn that major part now, Azure Data Factory. Azure Data Factory. Azure data bricks. So these are the major resources we are going to learn the data engineering perspective. The storage is here. We are going to learn Azure Blob Storage and Azure Data Lake Storage. So Azure SQL we are going to learn. So these are the storages we are going to use it when we are learning this course. Okay. And so that apart from these resources, so we will learn that logic app. It is one of the resource in that Azure platform, logic apps. So this is the one usually we will use it for that mailing purpose. So this one we are going to learn. And Azure Key Vault is one of the resource which they are using for the credential management. So that resource, how we can use it. So we will learn it. Apart from this, so these are the Azure resources. All these are also Azure resources. So while we are learning this data engineering, so we are going to use all these Azure resources. So the NoSQL database, so it's available, right? That NoSQL database, the Cosmos DB is one of the NoSQL database here we are using. So we will learn. So suppose if our data source file is that available in that our Cosmos DBs now, how we can interact so with that database, that NoSQL database Cosmos DB. So from that Azure data factory, so how we can interact with that Cosmos DB. So that part, so we will learn the different sources. I'm telling about the different sources, how we are going to connect from that ADF and ADF to Cosmo or Cosmo to ABF, so vice versa. Okay. So here, suppose my business data available in that AWS environment. The AWS is that another cloud, right? It's a public cloud, another public cloud. Suppose my data are available in the AWS S3 bucket. I hope you people heard about that S3 bucket. S3 bucket is nothing but here we are using the data lake storage, the same one in that AWS environment. It's called that S3 bucket. So that S3 bucket, if you are having our source or the destination, how we can get the data from that AWS environment. So that one we will learn it. Suppose my data it's available in that other cloud data warehouse, which is called that Snowflake. The Snowflake actually, so we are using as one of the data warehouse. So in that data warehouse, so if I'm having that my source or destination now, so how I can interact with that Snowflake from that ADF. So this is the one. So we are going to learn how we can connect. Suppose my data is available REST API, the APIs files, right? So if it is available in that my REST API now, so how I can get that data? You guys, in between that screen disconnected or disabled now, so let us know immediately. So here, so we are going to learn how we can interact with that ADF to that REST API. And one of the important feature. So it's called that data flow, that Azure data flow. The data flow is one of the feature available, which we are going to use it for that transformation purpose. Transformation purpose. So that one also we are going to learn. So these all are things actually high level I'm telling you. So very detailed sessions actually it will be there in that every day. And in the data breaks, if you want to work now, so actually the ADF is totally code free. So everything in that, even the transformation feature using the data flow, we can do it without writing any code, just drag and drop only. So all the transformations we can do it. But when you are working with the big data now, so the company will prefer to use the data bricks instead of going with that data factory. So the data bricks, if you want to use now, the data bricks, if you want to use, so you should know that Python you should know. So we will cover that Python basic concepts. And PySpark, we should know how to use that PySpark. PySpark is nothing but, so it is one of the language using in that Databricks environment. So Python plus Spark. So this one actually, using this one only, we are going to work in that our Azure Databricks environment. So these two things we will learn when we are working in that Databricks resource. So the total actually the durations it will come around that 60 hours, 55 to 60 hours it will come, right? So now let's go to that our introduction part. That what is that Azure data engineering? So that engineering role responsibilities. So we will do it.
So are we covering Zoom Synapse?
No, Azure Synapse we are not covering.
Okay.
Fine. So this is the course content. So we are going to learn the Azure Data Factory. So first we will cover so how we can so work before this one. So few classes. So there will be that Azure SQL resource, how we can create the SQL database. So how we can create the table, some basic things to understand that Azure platform. So we will learn that the Azure SQL part in the beginning. Then we will start with the data factory concepts. So the data factory, so from that very scratch level to that intermediate level, so you will learn it in this
And
course.
sir, what will be the like period, or like we can say how many days
Duration.
it will take to complete the class?
Yeah, the duration it will be that 55 to 60 hours. It will come around 60 hours.
Okay. And the Azure Data Factory and database, sorry, Databricks will be covered in this lectures, right?
Yeah, yeah, yes. Here that
Okay.
first that database Azure Data Factory will be covered. Then we will start with
Mm-hmm.
that so Python and the Databricks. So the data
Okay.
breaks, so almost that same scenarios we can use it in the data breaks. How we
Okay.
can
Also, can we can we get the like a project with the end-to-end project, so like that we are aware all the
that one
activities and the project,
that
end-to-end
one
project.
project that will be that one project will be there. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Great. Thank you.
So till deployment actually it will be there. So that CI/CD concept. So we will learn it finally. Actually,
Okay. Thank
this
you.
is the deployment concept. Yeah. So we will have that one. Fine. So any doubt in this one, the content wise, what we are going to cover?
No.
So these are the things we are going to cover. So
Uh,
that,
you
yeah.
can learn SQL, right?
The SQL actually, it is not our the plan for that spending more time on that SQL. So, but SQL here, I will show that one, that Azure platform, the basic SQL, how we can create the tables, how we can, so the database, how we can create the data table, how we can create, insert the data, select the data, because those things, basic knowledge we need. But if SQL, if you want to become an expert now, then so you have to learn separately. You got it what I'm saying?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, that SQL, Azure related things, the SQL, what you want to know, all those things, even somewhat in that admin related things also, we will cover.
Any
So basic SQL
project
will
is
be
there,
there.
no?
Yeah,
After
yeah,
completing course like project, real-time project, like
yeah.
how the
One project. Yes, that all life cycle, with all life cycle, one project will be there. Fine. Let's go to that tower. Paint
Yeah, hi
here.
Shiva. I just had one doubt. Why is it
Yeah.
that you have opted for Azure? Why not AWS?
Simple business purpose only, because more AWS mostly they are focusing on that platform things actually, but the users level, that medium level company and biggest level companies, any companies, so maximum customers actually they are using that Azure platform environment. The data engineering perspective, maximum. So I have seen in this environment, in this the data engineering platform related things. So maximum of the customers they are using uh, the Azure platform only, because since they are using that existing environment, the Windows-based databases or Windows-based storages environment. So they are migrating into that cloud, the same Azure. So all of the reasons actually, so that so current market actually we are focusing.
Okay.
We means especially I am focusing, because that work, and I'm talking about that work perspective. So comparatively, this data engineering, so I have seen that a lot of requirements for this Azure platform environment. So
I see. So for how many years have you been working in this? Like, have you any time worked with AWS or your complete
no
experience is in?
AWS, no AWS, I didn't work.
Okay, okay. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, how many years experience in ADF?
So in the overall experience, I'm having the 13 years. I have started from the Microsoft .NET. So then I moved into that database developer, somewhat in that automation also, and Power BI administrator, and this Azure platform actually in the last 3 years.
Okay.
Fine. Any doubts? Okay, let's go to this one. See, the Azure data engineer, actually what they are doing. So what is their responsibility? So first, we will see that scenario. See here, we are having all business data, right? Any business, any business, we are having all business data. Actually, the business data, so we are having the storage, the simple level project. So I'm having the data, the Excel. Okay. The same time, I'm having my business data database also, because one business, we cannot say we will keep the data only in that one storage. So here we will take that our institute business. So students are inquiring.
Hi Shiva, I am losing your voice every now and then. Is it just happening with me or for everyone? I'm not sure. Or do I need
Yeah,
to
For
yeah,
me
reach?
it's
also.
happening for everyone
For me
sometimes.
also, it's disconnecting and connecting again automatically. I don't know why.
Okay.
Is it disconnected or so? Are you only disconnecting? So what happening here? So you all guys are facing the same issue. That go to
I
meeting
lost you
disconnecting and
again.
starting again.
So you are only like getting quiet.
My screen only so disconnecting and kind of showing
Yes,
again. So
Yeah,
yes.
there is this, your voice isn't coming clearly sometimes. It's like, it sounds like a guitar. So, uh, so
wait a minute, I'll check that internet also. It's having full coverage. Let's see. Okay, let's go. See here, I'm having that data. So this one, some detail, mobile contact or email, something. We are having the data. Okay. So my business, so data, I'm having that Excel. So here, this is my Excel data. And so I'm having another storage. This is called database. Any database, SQL Server, Oracle, MySQL, any database. So this is my database. Okay. Like this, I may have that multiple storages. So depends upon that business. See, that databases, whatever we are having, it will be in that table structure. It will be in that table structure. Excel, we are having also table structure. Sometimes you may have that so unstructured data. So the proper column it will not be there. So unstructured data will be there. So if you are having that unstructured, so that one you may have it in the file format, flattened files. One of the flattened files you may have it, or you may have that JSON format. So the real-time environment maximum, the file format if you are using in a CSV format files, we will use it. Or else that our JSON files we will use it. Parquet file we will use it. So these three types of files mostly we will use it. The file format storages if you are following now. Database also will be there. The database it will be that SQL related or that uh, database, Microsoft SQL Server or Oracle database or any databases you may have it. See here, the data. So what we are getting, so into this places now, from where usually we will get it now. This one, so Excel data, the Excel data. So for example, the people, so who are all coming directly, so into that institute walk-in. So from the people, so directly we are getting that data. Okay. So this is one of the so way for enquiring. So the people coming directly and so giving their information and we are getting the detail. So we are storing here. And here, how we will get that data? The database is how we will get the data. The database is now see. So imagine so my institute having that website. The website actually so people enquiring. So here we are having that enquiry form. So the enquiry form, the details. So they will send. So by raising this request. So they are sending their details. So name, their contact number, mobile number, email. So like that. So here, when they are clicking the data, this data file, so they are clicking submit. When they are clicking the data, what will be happen? The data actually, so it will come here. So if this is your database background now, so it will come here. See, when you click this submit button, so here, so what you want to do now? So you will fill that all the details and click the submit button. So this one, it will send all the data into the Azure database table. So this is the way only that every applications actually they are getting the data. The every application. Okay. So here, so now the business data, I'm having the Excel as well as that database. Now, I want to analyze my business. I want to analyze my business. So how I can analyze my business? Based on the data. So I want to analyze. So which course enquiries are more for my institute? From which location? So enquiries are more enquiries from which locations? So this type of analysis, I want to do it. If I want to do this type of analysis now, I want to collect all the data, right? So wherever I'm having the storages, that the database and Excel, whatever. So all the data, first I want to so bring it together. Not only this my business, every business, what they will do it now. All the data they will store in that one destination. Finally, they will store in that one destination. That one destination, it's also same like a database. Here, it's called data warehouse. This is called data warehouse. The data warehouse, it's nothing but database only, but we will have that more features in the storage wise. The database table we are having the same way here also we are going to store all the data in the table structure only. But here one thing we will follow. The standard structure always the table knowledge, so table, so you have to give that proper rows and columns, right? So that standard structure here we will use it. The table structure, it will be there. But the source data, whatever we are getting, the data, we cannot say all data, it will be in that proper expected format because these data are coming from that so end user directly. They are filling the data. So they are, see for example, mobile number I'm giving. Some people, I did not enable that any prefix option here. So manually they are going to enter that one. So some people they will enter so that phone number, mobile number only. Some people they will enter that one with the country code. So some people when you are when they are entering that some country code, they may add that plus symbol. See, even this mobile number, every people they are following different structure to enter that values. right? See, if it is only the number na, I can so take it. If it is having that any special characters na, some people they will mention that hyphen between that country code and number. So all these things actually we will control in the front end itself, but just imagine I don't have that any control in that way. So they can enter anything, right? So sometimes they will enter that alphabets also. So where we need that numbers. Data types, the expected format. So everything we cannot expect in the proper structure from the end user side. They will enter what they know or what they want. Suppose I'm having 10 fields, they have entered only the 5 fields. The rest of the fields, they might not be so entered on the optional fields. See, all the data, I want to make it into that. See, all the data, so what I want to do now, I want to so make it into that cleaned format structure. Cleaned format structure. So what is that cleaned format structure? A simple example I'm showing you. So here, just imagine I'm having so this type of details. So some student details or some employee details. He entering his address detail. He entering his address detail. See, so I'll take myself C Siva. So Siva, it is going to be that one column because I'll show you very clearly. So this is going to be name. Imagine this is one for address. So I'm having the name details. But address, how I'm entering now? I'm entering like this. Here, so here, Main Street, that number 12, that Main Street. So my city name or that area name, something that area name, and then city name and state, something. I'm using like this. And see, this is my number, building number. This is my street name. This is my area name. This is my city name. And this is my state name. Right? See, so the city name. So for example, Hyderabad. So the area name, Mirpet. Like this I'm having. Everyone, if they're entering that data, the address details, if in this format now. So some people they're encoding from Bangalore. Some people they're encoding from Mumbai. Some people they're encoding from Chennai. So some people they're encoding from so Delhi. Different locations the inquiry may be there, right? Now, what I need now, I want to get that inquiry details in the city wise. City wise, I want to so do the follow up. So city wise data, I want to get it. If my data are stored in this format, this is not right format. It is not a right format to store in that database from the analysis perspective. The data should not be like this one. But I got the data like this only from the front end application or this Excel data. I got the data like this one. But this is not a right way for storing the data and the analysis perspective. The data should be in the cleaned format. The cleaned format data, if I want to get it now, from where I can get it? From where? Actually, this data, how should be stored? How should be stored? Actually, this data should be stored like this. So here, I'm taking that one column. Here, actually, it is in two columns. These two columns, I'm converting into that 6 columns. So for this number, that's the building number. This is for this your street name. This is for that your area name. This is for that your city name, and another one for that data state name. So here, this data, it should be like this. The data, it should be like this. See here, and see, we don't want to keep that separate column for the building number, just for understanding. So how we can keep the data, I'm telling. So this is my data. So street, right? And so here, so city name, and here that our state. See, which one will be so easy to analyze? Which format data will be easy to analyze? This format or this format? See, this format is very clear structure, right? Because even that area name wise, if I want to analyze that data now, yes, I can do it. State wise, if I want to do it now, yes, I can do it. So city name wise, if I want to do it now, yes, it's possible. The data, it should be in that proper structure. This is the cleaned structure, but this is not a cleaned data. This is not the cleaned data. See, every business we are getting the data. So sometimes there's structure, sometimes unstructured. So sometimes semi-structured data we are getting. Sometimes that mismatched formats we are getting the data. So here, so now the data we want to make it into that proper cleaned structure. So this time only that data engineers are coming into the picture. The data engineers, what they are doing now, so they are doing that this data processing, the cleansing processing, the data migrations time, they are doing that data cleansing process. For this data cleansing process, so we are using technology. We are not going to write any codes or any other logics or any other big mechanism we are not going to do. For this cleansing process, the market, we are having that technology. That technology is called nothing but ETL. ETL. That ETL. What is this ETL? So what is the full form of this ETL? See here, extract, transform, and load. Extract, transform, and load. So this is E, this is T, this is L. So what is this ETL? Extract, transform, and load is the full form of this ETL. But what is this ETL? See here, I told you, right? The business data, it is going to be in the different storages. The different storages, we may have the date, even that each storage, we may have that, so some different format data structure. So all the data we want to bring it into that common structure. So which one that our data warehouse storage expecting. So for that purpose, we can use that ETL tool. The ETL tool. So what it is going to do now? So here we are going to interact with that our so here this one will connect with this your storage datas. This one will connect with that your storage data. This connection is called extract. This connection is called extract. This is the ETL tool. Imagine this one going to interact with that Excel or SQL database or Oracle database or that your another cloud storages, anything, any environment. Okay. So here, so we are connecting with the storages. So it's called extract. After connecting, what we have to do? Take this example. My data may be like this one, or that's some other structure. So some mismatched format. So that one, that details I'm having. So what I want to do. So for example, this data, I will get this data, business data like this one. This data should be splitted like this one. This is my requirement. So this is called a transformation. You are transforming your data from this format to this format. This transformation, so where I will do it now, using this my ETL tool, I will do it. Transformation. Extract, transformation, and load. Finally, the data, I will get the cleaned format, right? This data, I want to load it into that my so finally, I want the data, it may be that this type of storage. So here, the data, I will do the transformation like this one. Then I will do that loading. So ETL. For this ETL, we are having different tools, the current market. We are having different tools. See here, SSIS, SQL Server Integration Service. This is one of the ETL tool which we are having from that Microsoft products. Okay. And Informatica Power Center. So Informatica. Informatica Power Center is one of the product from the Informatica company. Okay. And Data Stage. Data Stage is one of the ETL tool. So we are having, so from that IBM. Like this, we are having ETL tools. But all these ETL tools, so we can use it. So in that our on-premises environment only. That our on-prem environment only, we can use this one. Is all this, we can use it in the on-premises environment. Right? So here, if you want to, so what is that one? That data migrations within that on-premises environment, na? Yes, you can do so work using this one of this tool. But my business storage, this data warehouse, where it is located? This data warehouse, where it is located? This data warehouse, it's located the cloud environment. It's in the cloud environment, right? So my data, it's in the cloud environment. So if my storage is available in the cloud, then what I want to do? This SSIS Informatica data stage, I cannot use it. It will not support. So now that our ADF is coming into the picture. The ADF is coming into the picture. ADF is nothing but it is also the ETL tool. It is also the ETL tool. The ADF, Azure Data Factory. The Azure Data Factory, so not only the ETL, ELT also. The Azure Data Factory is that ETL tool. The Azure Data Factory, we can say ETL or ELT. So ETL or ELT, nothing but extract, load and transformation. After loading the data into that another environment, then we are going to do that one transformation. Okay. So in the current scenarios, how we are working in that our projects now, that our data sources we are having, as of now, we are having the data in that SFTP and SAP. So like this type of storages they are using in their environment. This environment data, what we are doing now, we are bringing into that our, so first we are bringing into that our cloud environment. We are bringing into that our cloud environment. Okay. So actual data, it's available in the on-premises, the on-premises storage, so it's available. Now, first, what we want to do now, this data, we want to bring it into that our cloud environment. The cloud environment, what we are having now, 3 levels of storages we are having. Okay, 3 levels of storages we are having. This is 1 level, and this is 2 level, and this is the 3rd level. So 3 levels of storages we are having. See, this one we are calling the bronze environment. Sorry, landing environment. And this one we are calling that bronze environment. And this one we are calling that silver environment. One more final is there, so it will be that gold environment. Okay, so here first I want to bring my business data into the cloud environment. So I want to bring my data into the cloud environment. So to bring that data into that my cloud environment, what I will do it now using the ADF. So first I will load the data from here to there, from here to there, the landing environment, the landing environment. The landing environment I am going to load. So this time what I am doing now, ELT I am going to do it, ELT. Extracting data from that source and landing the data into that my what is that one, landing environment. After that, what I will do it now, I will do that recovery transformation. So I have shown you here, right? So this type of changes, everything what we want to do it. So after that, I have to do that transformation. So from here, I will do that transformation. I'll do that transformation. So then here I will keep that data. From here I will do that. So enrichment level. So further enriching the data. So processing I will do it here. Then from here, so I will move that data into this into enriched data. It will be there. This enriched data I will move it into that my final data warehouse environment. So this time I'm using my ADF as like ELT. So load and transformation, I can do it. Transformation and load also I can do it using that ADF. So the ADF, why we have to learn? Yes, nowadays every organization, so they are migrating their data from that on the legacy storages, that on-premises environment, so to that cloud environment. So to interact with that clouds, so what we can use it, Azure Data Factory, we can use it. So to do that transformation purpose, what we can use it, either this ADF having some limitations in the transformation. So dealing with the big data, actually some limitations, the performance perspective. So that what we will do it now, we will go with that Databricks for the transformations. So the Databricks also we can use that transformation purpose. So that's the way only. So we are going to learn that our Azure Data Factory and Databricks, both the things actually we are going to learn, right? So these all responsibilities, who is going to take care of it now? That your data engineer going to take care of it, since we are going to learn that our Azure platform now. So we are Azure data engineer. So our role, it will be the Azure data engineer. But data engineer now, so that one what we have discussed. So this is the responsibility of the data engineer. So the data engineer, you may work in that or on premises or that Azure platform or that or the AWS platform, anywhere you can work in that one. It's not a problem. But the responsibility, it will be like this one only. So here we are going to learn the data engineering roles and responsibilities, the technical perspective. So what we want to know, what we want to learn it, all these things we are going to learn it in that our Azure platform. The Azure platform, we are going to learn the resources now. The Azure data engineers, whatever they are using. So these resources they are using frequently. So when they are working with the Azure platform, so these all resources we will, especially so these things, this one repeatedly you will use it when you are working in that Azure platform. So this one also, right? So all these things actually, so we are going to learn that Azure platform. I'm not going to show any activities in that our Azure platform, but I'm going to show that environment, the environment, how it will be that one. The Azure platform, that portal.azure.com is the URL. So this is the environment. This is Azure environment. Here we are having that resources. So this is the one. So we are going to work. So resource groups, data sources, storages, SQL databases. So all these things actually we will learn it. So that part only. So here we have mentioned, right? So that's all the demo. So the further level, so that hands-on part, so everything it will be in that very scratch level. Guys, am I audible?
Yes, Shiva. One question.
Yes.
Actually, you're saying that data breaks. If you want to go into the data, is it necessary to